my YouTube channel, English Lovers by Honeyd, and we are live for a certain reason. Uh, Yesterday we did something regarding the professions in one word substitution. Like the topic was one word substitution, and we started doing some kind of professions. Like some phrases were there, and we made the like one word out of them. And like I saw some comments which was somehow derogatory comments. I did not like those. I deleted them, but somehow those were in my mind. I wanted to tell you something about it. The class was about the one word substitution, it was not about the pronunciation of anything. So that's why I have actually organized this particular live session about the pronunciation of the words rather than just thinking about only and only a one word substitution. We are not talking about the one word substitution in today's session. We're going to talk about the same kind of words that we have done on that particular live session. And we're going to talk about like how do we pronunciate them all. Okay. So just give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah. Let me check that I can check the chat or not. Once I'll just go to YouTube and my channel, and I'll be able to see that thing that how many people are there and if somebody is there to listen to me or not. Just give me a second. So what I'm going to tell you is like before the start of the pronunciation session, I'm going to tell you something like why we need to know the pronunciation exactly and why is it regarded as the exact way of pronunciating some words. Just give me a second. Yeah, so I'm able to see my live session. Hmm, okay. Yes. So let's begin the live session. The thing is, on that day, yesterday, somebody commented about the words pronunciation was not accurate or something was there. Then obviously, my mind was not about pronunciation. My mind was about the meaning of the words or meaning of the phrases that we were talking about, the one word substitution. In today's live session, what we're going to do is we are going to talk about the pronunciation of every of those words that we had done already in the previous session. And we're going to talk about that how those are pronunciated accordingly the British English and how those are pronunciated accordingly the American English. So first thing first is why British English or why American English? Because we need a system to understand how exactly a word has to be said, how a word has to be spoken or uttered. Any sound has to be uttered. Any like there is a system to understand that. So a certain system that I read about in my classes, in my master classes, was the IPA system. So International Phonetic Alphabet, which usually happens in day out in other countries, but not in our own country, like in India. In some of the schools, it is possible that you are able to get those kind of sounds in the beginning itself, in the beginning of your study itself. But later on, uh, when you're going to see the different branches of the education, you won't find that in different boards. So in my board, it was not available, but somehow I am able to grasp those because I did that in my master degree as well. And I got to know about a certain system which is called as IPA system. International Phonetic Alphabet, received pronunciation. So we usually regarded that the British pronunciation has to be accurate one. But later on, I got to know about that one that it's not only that pronunciation, but American pronunciation is also accurate. It depends upon the regional dialects also, like where we are living. If in India we are living, we had a different set of norms to actually speak something. And the way I would say a name would be different from the way you would say my name. I remember my first examination, ELTS examination. In that one, my teacher or my examiner actually pronunciated my name wrongly. So my name is Himanshu Datta. In my country, we call it like that, Dutta, Datta. But in the receipt pronunciation, in British pronunciation, we call it like he said it Himanshu Dutta. So when he said Himanshu Dutta, hello, hello Koda, hello Muskan Ansari, hello, how are you? So yeah, so I'm talking about that. Like if something is there in every region, that can be different. In my case, in my country or in my place, there may be some differences. In your place, it may be different. But exact way to actually have a unified method to understand how we need to pronunciate any word, we have to follow IPA system. But alongside, if I'll have some insight about how to pronunciate the same word in American English, I will try to just tell you that as well. I'm not that good at American English. I am not that good at particularly that accent, but I do know how to pronunciate different words, and I know the methods, how the students have to go about it, or the learners have to go about it. So let's go with the first word. The first word is insomniac. Insomniac is the word which can be pronunciated in the same way in British English as well as in American English. When we say insomniac, we have syllables. First of all, we are going to divide the word into different syllables. So when we say syllables, we have four syllables in insomniac. Insomniac. Okay. So when we say insomniac, we have in, that is first syllable. And how do we count the syllables? Number of the vowel sounds in the word would be considered as the way to count the number of the syllables in a word. So insomniac, when we say insomniac, is a word which is used for a person who is facing some troubles while sleeping, or he is unable to sleep just because of some reasons. So the person who is insomniac, we will when we are going to pronunciate that one, we are going to give stress on insomniac. When we say insomniac, we are not going to give stress on anything else but som. So insomniac. When we say insomniac, both way, like in British English as well as in American English, it is pronunciated the same way. So here we don't have a sound in any kind of silent or something like that. Um, so that was the first word, insomniac. We have four syllables. Insomniac. 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 If we say ak, that would be little wrong. I would say ak. Why ak? Because it is not the long vowel. It's a short vowel. So that's why we will say insomniac. The duration will decide that one, whether Cupitura, insomniac. Insomniac, yeah, star sirocte, sirot, sirotkin. Yeah, Stas Sirotkin. Your like maybe the pronunciation is right, but the spellings are wrong. The insomniac will end with C. So insomniac will be like that. So when we are going to pronunciate the last or utter the last sound ak, it should be little shorter. Like it should not be that long because we are using the short vowel there. Insomniac. We are not saying insomniac. Insomniac would be wrong. Insomniac. Insomniac. So four syllables. Like main stress would be on som. Okay. So then second word is invincible. That was a word which we use for somebody who is unbeatable or somebody who we cannot beat. Okay. The person who cannot be beaten or cannot be beaten, sorry. The person who cannot be beaten would be invincible. Invincible. Then how do we say it? Invincible. Subble. Invincible is wrong. Invincible. Subble. Then in even in the last vowel, we will even in the last syllables, we will say so invincible. Invincible. So it would be again the four syllables, but you see Here we are not using the same, like the way the spellings are. After C, we have I, but it is not that strong. It is very soft. It would be called as the soft sound. So we can't consider it to be the harsh one. So give me a second. So invincible would be invincible. Invincible, not invincible. Sibyl would be wrong. Invincible. Sound, even in the last two syllables, the sound would be the same, like invincible. Just give me a second. So second word is invincible. Invincible we have talked about. Invincible would be the word for somebody like who cannot be beaten. Somebody we cannot beat, or somebody who cannot be beaten would be called as invincible. Sibyl, not anything else. Invincible. Yeah. So the next word that we have, invincible, in that one, we have to give the stress. I forgot to tell you that where to give the stress. Again, the second syllable will have the stress. Win. Win will have the stress. Invincible. So vincible, don't say vincible, say vincible. Okay. Invincible. Sibyl. Yeah. Then next is bibliophile. Bibliophile, or we call it bibliophile. We don't say bibliophile. Bibliophile would be wrong. Biblio, o, we are not going to say o sound. We are going to say biblio sound. Bibliophile. Bibliophile. We say all together, it will be bib, leo, file. So there would be four syllables again, but there would be like, firstly the stress would be on the bib, leo. Leo would be like we have, I can't actually write over there, but still the sound is generally the 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 tilted e, the tilted elephant e. When we are going to twist it around and it will be upside down, then we say it as a sound. It has a symbol in IPA system, a sound. So that's used here. So when we say bibliophile, we don't say bibliophile. Bibliophile is wrong. It's bibliophile. Bibliophile. So file, we know that what is file. File means it is related to love. Bibliophile is the word used for the person who likes to read books, or who likes to study through books, or lover of books would be called as bibliophile. So stress would be on bib plus file. Then at the end, we are going to give the secondary stress on file, bibliophile. When we say file, so you're going to actually experience that by even pronunciating it or enunciating it whatsoever. So when you're gonna say it, bib, then b would be very much strong b, and then same way fur. Fur sound is also going to be strong one. So bibliophile. Okay. Then then the next word is philanthropist. Therapist. Philanthropist, not philanthropist. Philanthropist. Philantropist. So RO, philanthro. We are not going to say philanthro. We are going to say philanthro. So philanthropist. Philanthropist is like in four syllables. Phi, len, thro, or thra, pist. Philanthropist. Philanthropist. So philanthropist. 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 Philanthropist is the word which is used for somebody who is the lover of mankind. The person who loves human beings, the person who loves to help human beings, or who is the lover of the mankind would be called as philanthropist, not philanthropist, philanthropist. So philanthropist, in that one, we have th sound, which is very soft sound. Philanthropist. That's why we say very short time it has philanthropist. That's how it's a soft th sound, and stress would be on len. Philanthropist. It would be like that. The philanthropist. therapist. So first thing first, that you need to know that we are dividing the word into the four syllables. Like it will have the four syllables, and then we are how we are going to pronunciate them. We'll have the different set of that, and we'll have the stress on them, and that's how it is all about the pronunciation. When we say that there is some term called how to pronunciate a word, the first thing first is that what we are going to see that how many syllables are there in a word. Second thing that we're going to see is where we are going to put the primary stress and where we are going to put the secondary stress. And accordingly, the syllables, like which syllables are going to be pronunciated in which way, has to be clear to us. And that's clear, then thereafter, the word's pronunciation becomes so easy. It becomes a piece of cake for everyone. So, yeah. Now, the next word is volunteer or volunteer or volunteer, we say. Actually, we say volunteer, that is wrong. My bad. It's volunteer. Volunteer, we say it ends with a sound. Or we can say volunteer also. Okay. Because only one pronunciation is available for that in that scenario. Give me a second. Yeah, two pronunciations. Two pronunciations are possible. Okay. Why two pronunciation? Let me tell you. First of all, when we say uh, British pronunciation. In British pronunciation, the last sound, if it ends with the r, like it's the spelling here are like VOLUNTEER. When we say volunteer, it ends with the r sound. In British, we don't pronunciate that. We keep it silent. But when it comes to American, we pronunciate that one. It becomes volunteer. So volunteer would be like that. So volunteer, clear r sound would be there. But in case of British, there won't be any kind of the r sound would be no sound. I would say that very soft sound. There would be a soft pronunciation of the volunteer r sound. Okay, volunteer. In British English, we will say volunteer, volunteer. Okay, in American, we say volunteer. Okay, so the pronunciation would be there for r. There we are going to enunciate. We are going to utter that particular sound as well in that scenario. Why are you teaching English? You have a harsh accent. Thank you. It's okay. I'm harsh. I'm very much harsh. I know that. Like, obviously, my accent is very harsh. I know that. Thank you. It's okay. Thank you for your feedback. I'll try to work on that one. Still, dollar des or mix reason. Christ is a king. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, Christ is a king. Christ is a king for many. Christ is a king for everyone. Christ is a king for. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Thank you very much. No Indian accent. Hmm. We have an Indian accent. If you're gonna search even the YouTube, there is a term called when we upload the video, there is something like Indian English. There is American English. There is Canadian English. Canadian English, in that one, people are so relaxed. In particularly what I have seen in many schools, when I usually check the boards, people don't give a damn about kind of grammar, kind of sometimes even the pronunciation. If they get to know like what the person is saying, that they are well and good with that. Eric, Eric Zingboim. Zingboim. Eric Zingboim, welcome to my channel. He said, I will love your videos. I will subscribe. Thank you. See, I am always ready to accept the negative comments also. There is no problem. I know that people are, sometimes I used to reply. Let me tell you, I always reply them thereafter making a reel, something like that, a short, YouTube short sometimes. So don't feel harsh in that also. Like when I'm harsh, I reply in a very harsh way, but never in the form of like bullying words or something like that. I don't like bullying anybody. Not a real name, not a real name. That's not my real name. Okay, that's not your real name. Attic. Okay. Anyways, so let's continue with the thing that we are doing, what we are dealing with right now. We are dealing with. I'm not gonna twist my tongue just because, like, I'm the way I am. I am whatever you say I am. In the papers, the news every day I am. Not that much. So yeah. Anyways, so volunteer is clear. I hope so. That ending sound, no r sound would be there. But in the scenario of mute, the next word is a mute, or we said dumb. When we say dumb, also it's very much a monosyllabic word. It's a monosyllabic word. When the word is a monosyllabic word, we simply have to say dumb. We don't have to say even the last b. Okay, dumb, or we say mute. Okay, mute, mute. When we say mute, woo sound, even it is monosyllabic word, but the kind of syllable that we are using here is like the vowel sound that we are using here is the long vowel, long oo sound. Mute, oo. Okay, so mute. It would be mute. So that's how it is. Why you're teaching English? I'm still amazed, like why people say that why I'm teaching English. I am an English teacher, by the way. From around 2007, I have been teaching English. There can be some issues with me, but let me tell you that for many it can be helpful. So always promote something positive for the people. Never to say, discourage people at all. And it doesn't bother me at all. As far as my life is concerned, I've seen a lot. I don't give a damn about it. It's okay. Thank you. So then there is the next word that is deaf. Deaf. Deaf is also a monosyllabic word. Let me just have this one. Let me zoom it a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So there is a word called deaf. Deaf is pronunciated both, like both in American and in British English the same way, in one syllable, and we say that deaf, deaf, DEF. It would be like that. It is not going to be DEAF when we are pronunciating, but in spellings it would be DEAF. But usually we'll call it a deaf. Okay, deaf only. We'll be ending it with fur, strong fur. Okay. Then we have the word explorer. Now, deaf is the word. Actually, I forgot to tell you that deaf is a word like when somebody is having the hearing problem and is not able to listen. Okay, and or to hear. Hearing issues somebody is suffering from. That person is known as deaf. Then we have the explorer. Explorer. So when we say British pronunciation, I told you that when we say r at the last, it won't be pronunciated. But when we say that in American, it would be like said like that. It's like explorer, not explorer. It won't be It won't be explorer. It would be explorer. Ik, like ik in Punjabi we call it one. In English we call it one, and in Punjabi we call it ik. Ik, explorer, explorer. Okay. So when we say in British, we say explorer, explorer, explorer. Okay, explorer. Then last row is not pronunciated at all. So then thereafter we have the word like in American we say it explorer, rur. It ends with a rur. But when we say explorer in British, we don't say last row sound. Okay. Then we have the word blind, 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 the diphthong, or we say we have I sound here. Okay, blind, blind. So when we say blind in both American and English, British English, both are same. Blind. So we'll say blind. Okay. Then we have astronomers. Astronomer, number, not astronomer. Astronomer studies stars or something like that. The person who studies the stars, the person who actually goes for that study, then that person would be for astronomer. Astronomer, number. It would be astro, astronomer, astronomer, It will end with astronomer, astronomer. So astronomer, it will be ending with astronomer. When we say astronomer, that's in American English. Okay, astronomer, astronomer. In American English, there is difference. Let me tell you what is the difference. In American English, we say straw. We say straw. Straw. Astronomer. 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 But in British English, we say astronomer. Astronomer. Strawn. Straw. Strawn. Straw. Okay. Astronomer. Number. Astronomer. It would be like that in British, but when we say American, we say astronomer. Nama. Astronomer in American. Then we have the word dentist. Dentist, dentist, dentist. It'll be dentist. So dentist has to be like dentist, dentist. Two syllables here. Dentist. Okay. So den is like a den of somebody. Dentist. Dentist, like with the fist, then that kind of sound. Dentist. Dentist. Okay. Then stress would be on the. The primary stress will be on the. Okay. Then the primary stress. That next word is very difficult one for you and me as well. I would say that the thing is the word is ophthalmologist. Ophthalmologist. Okay. Logist. Logist. It would be ophthalmologist. So ophthalmologist is the doctor of, you know, um, eyes. So yesterday somebody actually said something about optometrist or somebody. Um, Optometrist was the one that who used to measure that how much of the eyesight is weak or something like that, or some kind of preliminary prescriptions are given, then that person can give. Dentist, dentist, yeah, dentist, dentist. It would be dentist. No, tist. It would be dentist. Yeah. So ophthalmologist, mologist. It would be of ophthalmologist, not up, it's of ophthalmologist, ophthalma, ophthalm, ophthalmologist, logist. Mol will be separate. Just would be separate. Ophthalmologist, the distance or the what we say that duration is very small. That's why to differentiate between when mall is to come, when is to come after mall is very difficult. But still, we have to ophthalmologist. It's not op, it's off. Ophthalmologist, ophthalmologist in British English, but in American English, it would be of ophthalmologist. Of one is off, one is off. Ophthalmologist. One is ophthalmologist, one is ophthalmologist. Ma. So ophthalmo would be in British, but in American it would be ophthalmologist. Okay. So ophthalmologist, ophthalmologist, ophthalmologist would be in British English, and ophthalmologist would be in American English, the one who is a doctor for eye. Then we have anthropologist. 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 Okay, anthropologist. So one, two, three, four, five. Five syllables. An, thro. Thro. It won't be throw. It won't be throw. It would be thro. Yeah, I can climb up the web. I had climbed earlier. Like when I came here, I just started climbing that first. I really like that kind of stuff as well. I do play football. I do play cricket. I do play all the games. I like playing basketball also. I like playing baseball too. Day before yesterday, I played baseball here. I like that one. Yeah, Lordest. If there is any issue, I don't know, like whether there is a sound issue. My martial art. No, I do not. Don't do martial arts. I do slapping stuff only. I don't do martial arts. No, no martial arts. I would love to. I would love to learn martial arts. Um, but yeah, once the things are settled. Yeah. Anyways, just give me a second. Anything else you can say as well? There's no problem. I do like to actually create the content off the screen, but you know, it's a requirement of the time also. Like I just want to complete my watch hours too, as alongside I want to do something productive for the people. So that's why I started coming live. Anthropologist. So then is geologist. So when we say geologist, so we say it geologist. So when I said that ophthalmologist, that was for the British, then American, then anthropologist would be same for the both British and American. Anthropologist, pologist. Okay, and then thereafter geologist, geologist, geologist. You say geologist. All is there, but very, very soft. Geologist. We will say it like that. Then we have the American accent that is geologist. Geol, but that would be British one. Geol, geologist would be in American English. Then we have the word paleontologist. Paleontologist. Logist. Not paleontologist, paleontologist. Okay, paleontologist, paleontologist. One, two, three, four, five, six. Six syllables are there. Paleontologist. The spellings are Paleontologist. Paleontologist. Okay, $1 billion. Anyways, paleontologist, that would be there. Then same for American. American, it would be paleontologist. Tologist. A sound would be there instead of tall. Instead of tall, that would be tal, tal. Paleontologist. Paleontologist. We say paleontologist. Sound would be there. Hmm. I think I need to do something. Paleontologist. Paleontologist. When one is paleontologist. Paleontologist. Okay. Then there is another word called botanist. Botanist. Bot. One word. Bot. Like robot. Botanist. Botanist. Botanist would be in the British English. The one who studies the plants. Plants. Botanist would be in the British English. Botanist. And in American English, it would be botanist. Botanist. The botanist. The botanist. botanist. It would be like that. Botanist, botanist, the botanist, botanist. It's like, yeah, I got to know that. Now I'm getting it. The botanist. Then is geologist, geologist, geologist. It's the study who like who studies the animals or something. Geologist, geologist, all would be in British English, but sound would be in American. Geo, geo, geologist, 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 geologist. It would be like that. Yeah. And then we have lexicographer. Lexicographer is the one who writes a dictionary for us, writes the words for us, lots of things. The British and American English, like lexicographer, it would be not lexico, it's lexicographer, like lexicographer, grapher, lexicographer, lexicographer, not grapher, grapher, lex, lexicographer, co-grapher, grapher. Okay, so in British English there is softer fur. Okay, grapher, grapher. In British we'll say lexicographer. In American we'll say harder fur, like lexicographer, lexicographer. Okay. Then we have dermatologist, 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 urgist. Okay, dermatologist, dermatologist, dermatologist. In American, it would be dermatologist. Her, her sound would be there. Dermatologist, dermatologist. Okay, one in one, there would be tall, dermatologist, tologist. In one, in American, it would be dermatologist, dermatologist. Okay, so there would be how many syllables? One, two, three, four, five. Dermatologist. Hul, hul, gist. Okay, sound is separate and gist is separate. Tall is separate, ma is separate, and der is separate. Derma, tall, tall, dermatologist, dermatologist. So that would be in British English, but in American English, it would be dermatologist. Okay. Podiatrist, podiatrist. Not podiatrist, it would be podiatrist. The person who actually treats your feet would be called as podiatrist. Podiatrist, 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 no, sorry, podiatrician. I'm going to that one. Podiatrician or podiatrist, podiatrist. It would be like that, sorry. So it would be podiatrist. Dye would be like color dye. Podi, podiatrist, artist, artist. So podiatrist would be same for British and American English. And then we have the word um, entomologist, entomologist. Entomologist would be same for British and American English. It would be having one, two, three, four, five. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, five syllables. Ent entomologist, entomologist. Okay, in that one, it is a mologist. It is mologist for both of them, whether it is American or the British English. In both the cases, it is the same. Okay, then we have um, ornithologist. Ornithologist is the, I think, the person who studies the birds would be called as ornithologist. Okay, the one who is studying the birds would be called as ornithologist. Spellings are Ornithologist. So ornithologist, ornithologist. Agist would be the last couple two syllable. Okay, ornithologist. So in American, it would be orn ornithologist, thologist, ornithologist, ornithologist. La would go to a in case of American. Ornithologist, logist, ornithologist, 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 ornithologist. 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 Yeah. Then we have ichthyologist. Ichthyologist. Ichthyologist is the one who studies the uh, fish. Who studies the fish would be called as ichthyologist. Ichthyologist. Okay, ichthyologist. An ichthyologist. Ichthyologist would be in American. Ichthyologist and ichthyologist. Logist would be in American. Sorry, would be in British, and ichthyologist, theologist would be in American. In British, it would be ichthyologist. Ichthyologist. Then we have the word herpetologist. Herpetologist. Herpetologist would be the word. Um, which will contain one, two, three, four, five syllables. Herpetologist. Herpetologist would be herpetologist. 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 Okay. The herpetologist. Logist. Herpetologist. Okay. So there would be one, two, three, four, five. Herpetologist. Herpetologist. It would be like herpetologist. So herpetologist would be same for British and American English. And then we have melitologist. Melitologist. Melitologist, I think related to honey or something, I guess. Melitologist. Melitologist would be same for both British and American. Melitologist. It would be not melitologist. It would be melitologist. 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 Logist. Okay, melitologist. Melitologist. Melitologist would be the one like who actually studies, I think, something related to the beekeeping or honey or something like that. And then miser. Miser is the word for British. We say miser for the one who is actually who loves to save money, who doesn't spend money like that. So miser, miser, miser would be two syllables only. There is no final r sound in British English, but in American English there is r sound. As I told you that there is a clear r sound. There is sound. What I have seen the difference between American and British is there is all, there is instead of all there is in that one. Then we have liar. Liar is the one who lies, who doesn't speak the truth, who goes against the truth. So that's the person is liar. Um, like final r sound won't be spoken for the one who is uh, like the one who is not like Britisher. Then in that case, in case of American English, we will say that, but in British, we don't say. Like liar, liar would be in American English, but liar would be in uh, British English. Then we have the honest, honest, where H is silent. We know that very well. In British and American, it is pronunciated the same way, like on, honest, ist, not est, it's ist, honest, honest. Okay, not est, it's ist, honest, honest, honest reply. He gave me an honest reply, like that. He gave me an honest reply, something like that. Obstinate, obstinate, obstinate. Obstinate is the person who is heedless, who is stubborn, the person who doesn't listen to others. That person would be called as obstinate. For British and American English both, we'll have the same pronunciation: obstinate, obstinate, obs, obstinate, stinate. Three syllables: obstinate, 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 obstinate. Then we have the word skeptic. Skeptic. Skeptic is also of the two syllables skeptic. Skeptic. Skeptic is the person who is doubtful, who doesn't have the proper belief in something, so that's why he keeps on doubting. The person who has a doubt problem or something like that, the same spelling, same sound would be in American English. Skeptic. Skeptic. Then we have the word industrious. The word industrious. There is strong like which is actually represented in the symbols as like this. Okay. A. Then we have industrious. Industrious is actually something as a word used for somebody who's very hardworking. The person who is very hardworking and doesn't say no to the work, keeps on working hard. That person is industrious. Industrious. Okay, so that is same for both American and British English. Then we have um, the word indolent. So for British and American, for both, it is indolent. Indolent. Okay, indolent. And then we have indolent, 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 indolent. We say indolent. It is an indolent. So then altruist. Altruist is a word for the one like who loves everybody, I guess. Altruist. Oh my God. I'm feeling a little bit of joint issue, I guess. Give me a second. Yeah. So indolent, indolent, indolent would be indolent. Then altruist. Um, then we have covered, covered, covered. We don't pronunciate r that much in British, I guess. Give me a second. Mm, The one who helps others is altruist. The one who helps others is altruist, and one who is lazy. Lazy. I was actually trying to get it like what I actually said about it. On indolent. Indolent is the one like who is very lazy, lethargic. Yeah. The word actually I gave at that time was lethargic also. So that was the thing that was going on in my mind. And then we have the word altruist, that is the one who helps others, who always try to get ready, always to help people out. Okay. That person is known as altruist. Okay. Altruist. 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 Okay. Who is true to all, who is always helpful to all. That person is altruist. The person who helps others. Yeah. Coward. Coward would be in British English, but coward word, it will end with the r sound in American English. Coward. He's a coward. Okay, we say he's a coward or coward. Coward would be in British English, but in American it would be coward. Then we have pacifist. Pacifist, pacifist, pacifist. Pacifist is the one who actually is a very who like to have peace around him. Pacific caution we have like that's how we say pacify or soothe somebody in that scenario. Same word is a pacifist. The pacifist is the same for both British and American. We have three syllables in pacifist, 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 pacifist. That's how we say it. Then fist is this fist. Okay. Not that actually by meaning, but the pronunciation. Yeah. Then we have the person who likes to go for war and who likes a war is the warlike. Warlike. We say in American and the British English, same way, warlike, 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 warlike. So when we say British English, we don't pronunciate in both the cases. I don't think so. We need to pronunciate that warlike. We should say the warlike. It's a kind of warlike. Okay. And optimist. Optimist is somebody who's very positive in life. Optimist. 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 Three syllables. Optimist. Optimist. Mist. Mist. Yeah. Pessimist. Pessimist is the one like who is very negative in life. The person who is negative in life is the pessimist. The person who is opposite, like positive in life, is optimist. Now the session is over for the pronunciation. Now we are free to do one task for you. Like somebody said that whether you can actually get onto that rope or not, I'll be doing that for you. Okay, I'll be just going to the top, but I'm not wearing any kind of shoes right now. Just give me a second. It can be little tricky. Hmm. Yeah, let's go for it. Wow. There should be timer actually, but one should know how to go on to the top. Yeah, finally. We reached to the top, and here we go. So here I am. Mm. We reached to the end of the session, and I would say that I need to come down also. The weather is really fine, good for basking. You can do the basking. Enjoy the sun. Mm-hmm. Actually, yeah. Yay! So finally, we are done. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining in for the session and have a good one. Take care. Bye bye. Take care.